All right, so yeah, my bad, guys. Yeah, yeah. Actually, in the other live, I had to end it. I don't know what the fuck was going on. My fucking iPad screen is having like, so I don't know what's going on. They make these devices so fucking cheap because I could tell like my screen starting to have some type of like burn-in. They call it like burn-in. Well, like the screen, like it would show images of like another screen in the background. Like it's just weird. Like my iPad screen is acting weird, and it's weird because this is an iPad Air, and I had this iPad for not even 4 years, and the screen is acting funny. But then I had another iPad Air that lasts me like fucking 7 years, and it was still doing good. The only reason I had replaced it because I dropped it and it broke. But then you go and get this new shit, and it starts acting all weird. But I'm not getting another one like this. This one works fine. It just has a little yeah. But yeah. I want to just was reiterating what I was saying in my last live stream because I don't know what the fuck is going on, man. But like I just like I don't know what's going on with this shit, man. Like I feel like this is I don't think I think this is how it's always been. I think it just I'm becoming more aware of the bullshit. That's what I think is going on. I think I'm just becoming more aware of the bullshit. I don't think it's as it is, like as I think it is. Like I'm thinking like this shit is crazy, but I'm thinking I'm just realizing a lot of the bullshit. And I'm just seeing through the bullshit a lot more. I'm piercing through the bullshit a lot more. Like it's very I don't know. I think it's to do with like the yoga that I'm doing because like the more I do the yoga, the more like I'm able to like have feel certain energies and see certain shit. Like even when I'm in like that's another thing. Like true knowledge and true wisdom is not about what you're saying and what you and how you speak and what you know in terms of what you can like regurgitate out your mouth and say out your mouth. True knowledge is actually being out in the field and when situations present themselves, how you respond. Because I know it's like I'll be out in public and people will act and say certain shit like and I will automatically know like my intuition ability is on point when I'm out in the field, when I'm out in public. Like if somebody's around me and they have a certain intention, I would know. Like, for example, if somebody isn't good for me, I'll have a certain vibration in my leg, and the vibration will like that's like the spirit telling me no, don't fuck with this person. Like last time, I was gonna get something at the store to eat, and the spirit was all it was like some organic, it was something organic. It was like some organic healthy junk food, and the spirit was like, don't get it. And then I got it, and then that shit ended up hurting my stomach. And I was like, I shouldn't have got that shit. Last time, and then the next time, same shit happened. I didn't get it. So I'm never gonna get it. And then even when I'm dealing with people, if a person isn't like if a person has ulterior motives, I can see it in their face. Like so true wisdom and knowledge isn't just what you're saying, it's going out in the field and how to move and operate. Like I automatically know when somebody isn't good because, like I said, when you're able to recognize somebody who isn't good, you're looking at their trauma. When you have trauma, when you have depression, anger, when you have resentment or fear, any negative emotion, it's stagnated in the body. This is why I tell you guys about yoga, stretching, breath work to release that. Most people don't do it, so it's stuck in their body. So when it's stuck in their body, when they no matter what they do, that trauma is always going to emanate. So even if they smile, even if they laugh, even if they um say something nice, it's going to emanate and it's gonna come off as, this is why you'll see you don't get a good vibe around somebody. Or like the best example, and I love to give this example, is the evil laugh. You know how they have the laugh like muhaha, like he's laughing. He's still laughing and he's happy and he's in that frequency of laughter, but it comes off evil like muhaha, because that inner anger, that inner negative energy that hasn't been dealt with, it emanates through an evil laugh. This is why you can tell an evil laugh from a good laugh. You could tell a crooked, psychopathic smile from a genuine smile, because it's within. So I can spot that shit in people when I'm like looking, when I'm like dealing with people in public. It doesn't have to come off of them laughing, or it's just the way they walk, the way they move their hands, the look in their eye. I can spot that shit. So I know to stay away from certain motherfuckers. And every time I like they say, don't judge a book by its cover. But every time I do, especially these last couple years, every time I judge a book by its cover, I'm always correct. And there was like a few times where I was like, let me just let me, I tested it out. I was like, I get this person's negative, but let me just give it the benefit of the doubt just to see. And it will always be a situation where they end up doing something or being about something I don't like. And it's weird. It's all the way down to, if I see somebody and I don't fuck with, it will even be down to like the type of food they eat. Like if they eat a certain type of food, if they watch a certain type of movie, that's going to correlate if they're even right for me. Not like, because you got to look at it like that. Like when somebody likes a certain type of food, they like a certain type of color, they even like a certain type of video game, 99% of the time, it has to do with other shit, because you got to look at it. Video games, movie, anything that's physical in the reality has a frequency. So if this person likes Call of Duty, that has a frequency. Fuck the video game, but that's that game. It has a frequency. So if they are a certain way that has nothing to do with video games, let's say they like to do something else that has nothing to do with video games, that's a frequency. So that frequency is gonna match Call of Duty. So when somebody's like, I like the color red, they don't like the color red because of the way it looks. They like the color red because the red holds a certain frequency and they're in a certain frequency. So when they see red, it makes them feel good. You see what I'm saying? So they're like, I see red. Oh, I feel good. When you see red, I feel good. But it's not because it's red. It's because beyond the red in the spiritual world, whatever, red has a certain energy frequency. And they connect with that energy. So before the frequency turns red, it's a certain energy. And that energy, look at it as a computer code. They have coding and it's a code, and then the code makes the computer mouse look purple, or it makes the video game character walk a certain way because it's a certain code. And if you take the code out, it's going to crash the game, or the character is going to walk funny because it needs that code. Look at it kind of like that. So when somebody likes a certain food, a certain type of way of thinking, or whatever it is, it's a frequency and it connects. So if they're a piece of shit person, they're gonna like certain, let's just say, when I say piece of shit, I'm talking about piece of shit to what is a piece of shit to you. Because what's a piece of shit person to me may not be to somebody else. So I gotta clear that up. When I'm talking about a piece of shit person, they may not, a piece of shit person to me, they may like something that I don't fuck with. Like I could be like, okay, this person, he eats this, he plays this type of game, he watches this type of TV, he drives this type of car, even the type of car you drive. Like it's crazy. Like the fucking car that I got, I'm telling you guys, like, I'm not bullshitting you. Like the car that I got, the guy who, remember I bought that white Nissan? I bought it back in May of last year. The guy who I bought the car from, it was from a tow truck lot, like where they tow people's cars that get them towed by police cars, or they were parking there. And then it's like a place where it's a pickup place where you get your tar code, but they sell cars that nobody was able to afford to pick up. So people who got their car towed and repoed, and then they couldn't pick it up. So I went and I bought a car that was repoed. And the guy was like, the Mexican dude who sold me the car, who owned the lot, he's like, this guy, he got his car towed by the police, the Vacaville police, and fucking that car was in a lot of thefts. And it's so weird how like that shit like is set up. And it's funny because even when I be talking to other people and friends, they be like, oh, why do I always see people in white Nissans committing thefts? It's like, because it's a frequency. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's a frequency. Like, and I'm like, so I'm just trying to take this, all this intuition shit, you got to tap into your intuition. And when you're dealing with these motherfuckers, because that's really all you have is the mind. Anything that you see that's spiritual on the internet is all fake. It's all bullshit. All you got to understand is you have the mind and frequency. Mind and frequency. That's all you got to understand. Once you understand your own mind and how it works, and you understand frequency, then you can create a vibration to be in a certain state of being, a state of mind, and then you can get and do whatever the fuck you need to do. But and that's really like the easy. That's not even a hard part. That's the easy part. The hard part is actually doing what you're supposed to be doing. That's the actual hard part, because the hard part is actually doing it. So it's one thing to know information, but actually applying it in the real world, that's the thing. So that's how you could tell if somebody has real knowledge, is see what are they doing in the real world and how you can function in the real world. Just you regurgitating bullshit, that's nothing. That's why you see a lot of people out here who go to college and they're like, oh, I went to college for 5 years, but then they don't know shit. They're retards when they go out in the public. It's all fucking like, everything has to do with the mind. All this spiritual shit out here is a scam. It's all a scam. That's why I don't fuck with any of this spiritual content anymore. And like, it's always was a scam, but I feel like since we're in this new shift, like I said, everything is being exposed more. Well, I don't want to even, because everybody's different. Like for me, I'm able to see through a lot of bullshit, but there's a lot of people who aren't able to see through a lot of bullshit. So this will play out as in, it's still gonna play out, but it's gonna play out more negative for them, because if you don't see through the bullshit and you're supposed to be seeing through it, then those things that you're thinking that is normal is gonna attack you, and you're gonna feel like it's not working, or you're gonna feel like it's attacking you. It's gonna be a problem. So this is why I'm saying, like, you gotta, this shit is crazy. You want to make sure you know what's right, I don't even want to say truth, what's in alignment, because there's really no such thing as truth. My truth to me is not a truth to somebody else, but there is an objective reality, because we're in reality, right? So if I say this is a blanket, and if I take this blanket, and if I take water and put water on this blanket, it's gonna get wet. That's not a truth. That's an objective reality. We're in a reality. So there's really no truth, really. It's only objective fucking reality. And if you're not in alignment with self and in alignment with objective reality, then life is just gonna like, it's gonna be like you're being attacked. Because like, even, and if you guys don't believe me, all of these people that are spiritual, go on their channel, go on Infinite Waters channel, go on all these other channels that talk about, like, even like Black Magic and shit, all these fucking so-called spiritual channels. They're not talking about spirituality no more. Go on any of their channels. Everything they talking about is shit that has to do with what the government is doing or what the government created. You got stupid niggers out here like fucking that red pill, blue pill, that stupid, dumb, dingy ass, fucking crusty ass nigger. I fucking hate that nigga. He's talking about AI like AI is about to save the world. You got niggers on fucking YouTube that honestly, and that wholeheartedly believe that AI is gonna be like the savior of fucking humanity, and you're gonna be able to use AI to fucking invent invention. Like, shut the fuck up, nigga. You know how long this cracker had AI before you even knew what it was or knew it was a thing like it is now? Like, they just fucking released AI for the mainstream the way you see it right now back in 2023. That's when they really released AI. It was around 2023. Dumb fuck. It's only been out for like, and I'm not saying it's been out, but I'm talking about for the consumer, for people who are like the regular people. As far as the government, they've been using AI for a long time. That's why a lot of them are hella bad right now, because they were using AI, TikTok, and all that shit for like the past 10 years, probably even more. But they were using it for at least since like 2016, 2015, they were using AI, and people are starting to realize it and get peep onto that shit right now. And you got niggas out here acting like they're gonna use AI to invent. Like this nigga, I was watching this nigga's live stream, and everything that these spiritual people talk about nowadays, this is why I tell you guys, all the spiritual shit is a scam, because we're in a new shift where spirituality doesn't exist like you think it does. So all the people that were talking about chakras and kundalini and all that dumb shit, they're forced to talk about what the government's doing, because all of that shit like chakra kundalini was government shit. It was all of that shit is all bullshit. They're trying to capitalize, and they're trying to like take the energy of what the essence and the energy of what is normal, and trying to make money off of it, and trying to confuse people with words like kundalini and chakra and all this other shit. Whereas like any of that shit that they say that's spiritual, you're able to do that in real life, and it's not even called kundalini. Like all that shit they call kundalini is not even what the fuck it is. They're just taking experiences that human beings have, and they're trying to call it a name, or they're trying to say this is because of this, or they'll say, oh, the reason why you're depressed is because you need to do shadow work. Whereas like the reason you're depressed is because you're fucking depressed and you're not in alignment with self. Do what you got to do to get into alignment, and then you won't be depressed. When you call that shadow work, then you're being a fucking scammer. Why does it got to be called shadow work? Why doesn't it just be you doing? It's like if I go out and I have a dog to feed, and I feed my dog, I call that I'm rectifying and saving my dog's life, because I know, bitch, you just fucking feeding your dog. Don't sit there and try to make it more than what it seems. That's what the spiritual community, they try to make something more than what it seems. If you have kids to take care of, and you take care of your kids, you feed them, you clothe them, would it make sense to say that you're imbuing the bread of life into your child to make your child? No, bitch, you're feeding your kid. Don't sit there and try to make. Spiritual people like to make shit more than what it seems. It's all bullshit. So they're trying to use like words and language to like fucking manipulate and just be like, you guys see what I'm saying? Like they're trying to use like this whole, it's weird. It's all this. I'm saying all of this shit is all bullshit. Don't listen to what any fucking spiritual motherfucker says. Like 99%. And the ones that are talking truth, they're not talking about it from a perspective that's not real. They're talking about it like real life. These people talk about the spiritual world like the spiritual world is something different than the physical world. Like, bitch, we're in this. This is a spiritual world. Nigga, what the fuck you talking about? The spiritual world is connected to the physical world. Just like we're right now, you're living. What are you doing? You're doing something. You're on this iPad. You're watching shit. When you die, you're going to be doing something. There's never not a time where you're just in some spiritual realm and it's spiritual and it. No, that's not what the fuck it is. That's not what it is. And if you are in a world that's like that, it's because your mind is thinking it. So if you want to believe that, oh, when you die, you're in some world and you're a floating ball and there's some type of spiritual Buddha master and he's telling you this, that's because you're creating that shit. Just like they could create a Disney Pixar movie and it can have effects that make it look like something that's not real. Like Jurassic Park isn't fucking real, but yet they can create a world of dinosaurs. They created it with their mind. So if you create that with your mind and you die and you believe in that shit, you're gonna go to you'll just like you have a dream. You have a dream where you see monsters and shit, but you wake up in real life. Did those monsters exist? No, they were in your dream though, because your mind made it exist. So anybody talking like, oh, there's some type of spiritual world that's somehow different than the real world, they're fucking retarded. That's why I said this spiritual shit is a fucking scam. And then you got motherfuckers who like they're, because it's like everybody wants to just be something other than themselves. And you can tell motherfuckers are trying to be something other than themselves because they will try to like make sense out of shit that doesn't make sense. Like even like you have these people that will tell you like, oh, life isn't about money. Life is like, you can't be spiritual and broke. You can't be non-spiritual and broke. You can't be at the end of the fucking day. Like, for you to even make that a topic and not assume people have common sense. Anybody that thinks it's okay to be spiritual and broke, from what I've seen, are either people who are rich, who got money, and they just don't want to work, so they talk like that, or people who aren't spiritual. I've never seen a person who's spiritual and broke. I've never seen that. Every person I've seen that was broke, in my opinion, they wanted to be fucking broke, to be honest. And anybody that they say they broke and they bitching and complaining on TikTok and the economy and shit, those people are just miserable people who they're not even spiritual. But any person who's really so-called spiritual, they're in a situation where money ain't an issue to them, either because they have money or they don't give a fuck about money. So even if they are broke, they're still able to manifest certain shit and bring shit into reality where money isn't even an issue for them. You see what I'm saying? So like, that even when you want to talk about these dumb niggas talking about, oh, you can't be spiritual and broke, the people who mainly say that shit are people who are working a shitty job or a regular job like everyone else, and they're not making no impact. They don't have no knowledge. They're not doing shit. They're not trying to do shit. They don't have no any and everything that they're doing that they get validation on is something of the matrix. Like, oh, I'm going viral, or I'm doing this, or like some stupid shit that doesn't even make any fucking sense. Like, oh, I'm going viral. Oh, I just got a raise at my job working, or I got this government position, or I got this job. Like, shut the fuck up, dude. You ain't shit. Like, who the fuck is you, nigga? Like, for real. Like, you just a regular person at that. The person your coworker you sit next to, nigga, they're just like you. A fucking bot. You're nobody special. And I'm not saying you shouldn't go out and work, but at the same time, speak for yourself. Speak for your own stuff. Don't sit there and project. That's why I have to make that disclaimer in my last video. Like, don't be watching my channel thinking that this is some type of spirit. Just because I talk about spiritual shit don't mean I'm talking spiritual. And I'm just saying this because this is how you relate to certain people. Like, even when I talk about money and I use examples about money, I don't mean it like it's important. I just know there's a lot of dumbass people who give a fuck about money like that. So therefore, I have to bring it down to reality where it's about money. And motherfuckers automatically assume when you have to care about money so you don't get broke or so you don't have this. It's like, first of all, the only reason you care about money, nigga, is because you care about money and that's what you want to do. If you're caring about money so you don't get broke, then you need to change your whole perspective, because that's why you see niggas who are broke as fuck who complain about money. Like, have you ever seen a motherfucker, they talk about bills and money and how much money is so important, but they work at McDonald's and they living paycheck to paycheck? If you're living paycheck to paycheck, you can't talk about how money's important because you can't even make money, bitch. And you can't complain about your shitty ass job because your shitty ass job is making you not be homeless and be straight up broke. And obviously you don't want that, because why wouldn't you just quit? So the fact that you're not quitting and you're still complaining about your job means you actually, that job is the best thing in your fucking life because it's getting you from being homeless. Stupid motherfucker. There's got a lot of confused people in this world. It's like spirit means breath. Breathing is spiritual. And shout out to Third View. And that's another thing I'm saying. Like, spirit, like I said, like spirit does that whole spirit and breath, that right there is a misconception. Is kind of like the whole scamming mentality that they're trying to do. And I get what you're saying. Breath does bring certain aspects into life when you breathe a certain way, and certain that it does. But what does that mean have to do with spirit? Like, spirit is nothing. So when you start saying spirit is something, then that's a problem. And I shout out to Third View, and I get what you're saying. And I used to look at that like, okay, spirit is, but no, it isn't. At the end of the day, the only thing that exists really is the mind. The mind is the only thing that we can actually point to that exists, that actually is connected to the spirit, or the closest thing is the mind. And the mind we use to create everything. So what if, let's just say you're in a fucked up situation in life, you using your mind to get into a better situation. That's it. That's the ultimate, what they will say, truth. I don't even want to say truth, but that's in alignment. Using the mind to get out of a certain negative situation. Using your mind to breathe. so your spirit can feel more at peace and you can put your spirit in a better place. That's the most simplest I could break it down. When you say spirit is breath, and then you gotta have, oh, you gotta have this, and then oh, chakra crystal. Not to say chakra and crystals don't work, but if you don't have no intention with your mind when using them, then they don't work. This is why you have a lot of these dry pussy ass tarot card reading bitches out here who have like a whole fucking geological collection of crystal rocks, but yet they still got dry pussy and they still bitter Karens and they like in their 30s and 40s and shit. So this is why you have a lot of these type of bitches out here, is because the crystal doesn't mean anything. It's not helping them not be a Karen, but at the same time, it's helping their rock geological collection a whole bunch more than it's helping them not be a Karen. So it means that collection of rocks don't mean shit. But the mind and your intentions behind it, that's what really means something. That's what really means something. So it's all about the mind and you using your mind to get out of whatever you got to get out of, not what they're telling you. Oh, it's this and that, and you gotta, like you said about spirit means breath. And why does breath have to mean anything? Why can't it just be I'm breathing, and breathing is a tool that I use to get my spirit in a better place, and the spirit is nothing. So obviously the closest thing we can say to spirit is the mind. So I'll need to get my mind in a better space. Breathing clears the mind out. Now my mind's clear, so I can use my mind to make the right decisions. It's simple. That's it. Everything else is just they're a fucking scam. They have all this Gnosticism shit and all this occult and cycle, all these old, like I remember Brother Panic and shit. All they would talk about is like spirits and shit, like, oh, the spirit and this, and conjure this spirit, and like always talking like I'm a spirit, you're a spirit. It's like, why the fuck would you want to just go out and contact something that you can do yourself? And then in real life, what happened? Let's just say you want $20. Let's just say you went and you stole $20, or somebody, or you found $20 on the ground. You got that money and nobody can tell you nothing because you got it on your own. But let's just say somebody gives you $20 and you ask them, they're gonna feel like, well, they're gonna hold that over your head. Oh, I gave you $20. Now you got to do this for me. You want $20 from Walmart, you got to go work fucking 2 hours or 3 hours, an hour and a half, depending on how much they pay you to go get $20 from Walmart. So what do you think when you're talking to these spirits? I got help from this spirit. The spirit's gonna want something in return, you dumb fuck. That's why a lot of these stupid ass voodoo people, this voodoo, I was watching this dude, he's into voodoo and shit, and then he'll have people on his page say, oh, the spirit wants me to give, not their spirit, but some spirit that they're talking in communication with wants me to give an offering, and I didn't give the offering, and now my life is this and that. Is like, no, motherfucker, your life ain't hell. It's just the energy that spirit was giving you, it stopped giving it to you, or it probably sabotaged you, because you gave it your energy for you to even do that. Like, it can't even, a spirit can't fuck with you unless you put yourself in a position. So like a lot of these niggas, they'll talk about black magic and talking with spirits and all this other stupid shit, which is like, why would you, it's like they're taking their power away. That's one thing about black people in this whole black conscious. They're very weak. They don't have no power. They don't have no inner knowledge of self. They don't really know themselves. They always think somebody has to help them. Even in the spiritual world, you got to conjure this spirit. We got to send the spirits out to get you. Sending all these, like, it's fucking retarded. And it's like, all of this shit you can do yourself. It's just you a weak ass spirit, so you have to do that. Because think about it, all these, like, I don't even want to get into that shit because it's really not important. But like it's even the same with the whole AI thing. You have all these black people out here and black magic and all them, like, they're talking about AI like it's like the next big thing. Like the whole world is going to be saved from AI or Bitcoin. Like, I'm not telling you guys don't get into Bitcoin and AI. Like, don't get me wrong. Like I'll use AI. For example, if let's just say I'm playing a video game and I'm stuck on the 3rd level. I literally will ask AI how to get past a third level in this game. I'm playing Grand Theft Auto. How do I get past mission 3 of GTA? I ask the AI, and it'll tell. That's what you use AI for. Stupid, dumb shit. If you have to use AI for anything in your life that's having to do with nothing of this system, then you're a fucking retard. If you want to learn how to have a good interview or a good resume, okay, ask AI that dumb shit because it has to do with the system. But why would you ask AI about anything spiritual knowledge? You got this stupid nigga, this stupid nigger. He said on his last live stream, fucking the red pill and shit on the Black Magic live stream. I tune into that shit every now and then just to see the bullshit that they're talking. They never gave me information. I don't get information from that channel. There's a bunch of fucking degenerate retards on that channel. I just like to see how lost this white man has got these stupid niggers. That's why I watch that channel, because there's a bunch of lost, stupid ass niggers on that fucking channel. Let some cracker tell they think that they're powerful than the white man, but then the white man is acting more powerful than them because you're using their shit. So it's like they're like a fucking laughing stock right now and they don't even know it. It's ridiculous. So they'll sit there and be like, oh, Bitcoin this, AI this. And AI, this nigga really, I swear to God, I put this on everything, guys. This nigga literally thinks that you're going to be able to save the world with inventions using AI. Like, nigga, any type of AI that you have access to, that fucking chat GPT shit and whatever the fuck software and program they release, that's what they release. They have way more advanced AI. They have realism AI. They don't just, it's different levels of the AI, and they're probably even working on more advanced shit that's like they even tell you in the fucking in somebody's like oh my, people are retarded. The AI that they have right now is a very dumbed down version of AI. They have different levels that can be hyper real to the point where it can mimic shit so damn real where you won't even know it is. But yet these niggas talking about it like it's their invention. Like, if you didn't create AI, if you didn't make it yourself, then you have no right to talk about it as it being a savior or anything. Like, you got people talking about how to make money on Bitcoin, but you don't have no one talking about how to create your own money. Like, the only reason Bitcoin is important is because everybody believes in that shit. And you're stupid if you think you're gonna be a millionaire off Bitcoin. That shit ain't gonna, like, I'm not saying don't invest your money into Bitcoin, but all I'm saying is I don't think it's gonna work like people think it is. I don't think it's gonna be working like people think it is. Like, I don't think you're just gonna be able to, even if you're able to make $1 million off Bitcoin, who's to say that $1 million is gonna be worth $1 million when Bitcoin gets to $1 million? Like, let's just say you say by 2030, Bitcoin's going to be $1 million. At that point, how do you even know $1 million is going to even be the same amount of spending value? How do you even know there's going to even be any resources left to even buy, or there won't be any type of mandated regulations on resources? So, because the way the world is going right now, you don't know I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but you got to take into effect. They can even make it work. Because think about it. If Bitcoin gets to $1 million, that means it has to have a value of that amount of money. If it gets to $1 million, the first thing everybody's going to do is take their money out of Bitcoin. The reason everybody's putting their money in Bitcoin is to eventually take their money out of it. So if everybody's putting money into Bitcoin and it gets to $1 million, wouldn't it be a situation where the Bitcoin goes down and it goes because everyone's taking their money out? So, like, that's why I've never understood. Like, I had another point with the whole Bitcoin shit, because, like, it's weird. Damn, I had another good point with the Bitcoin. I had another good point that I was like, because I don't trust that whole Bitcoin shit. I don't trust it. Like I don't trust it. I don't think it's gonna work out in the end like people think it's gonna work out. I don't think like it's gonna work. Like what's gonna happen is the people at the top are gonna probably be the ones who make the money off of it, and then some's gonna happen where yeah, I just don't trust it like that. Like don't get me wrong, if you want to get in and out, get in and out, but keeping your money in there for years and years, I don't think it's gonna be like that. Like people think it is. I had another point that I wanted to say on it, but I forgot it. I'm gonna have to start writing this shit down when I get a point. These religious and spiritual beliefs condition us to seek outside of us everything that is already within. Yeah, it's all it is really the mind. It's really the mind, and that's it, really. And what you use your mind for. That's all it really is. Like it's not that complicated. I don't know. People like to make it so complicated because I get some people that just want to make money and just be a scammer. But then you have a lot of people who don't know what the fuck they're even talking about. And they think they actually sound some type of intelligence. And I'm not trying, like me, I'm not trying to sound intelligent. I can give a fuck if you think I'm intelligent or not. I can give a fuck. I'm just speaking to the people who resonate. Shout out to Third View, Speak Your Mind. Like that's another thing. I'm only speaking to people who I fucking resonate with, who I fuck with. If I don't even know you, if I'm not cool with you, if I don't resonate, I don't even give a fuck how you perceive this message. You ain't shit to me. If anything, like I probably like it'd be a problem if I seen you in person. I don't fuck with like most people like that. Because most people, especially now in this day and age, most people are onto some bullshit. 2025 is like because next, if you guys think this, when I say next year's gonna get worse, I don't make it seem like it's gonna get worse for you or you. That means you have to live a bad year. I'm speaking like the time and the era where we could just like you can just not be yourself is it's to an end. This is the last year. This is year 9. Next year is year 1. Then we have a lot of planets, like especially like we got just a lot of shit is shifting. Next year is gonna be a whole different type of year. Like it's gonna be a whole different paradigm next year. You coming to the end of this year, you guys gotta start seeing it probably once we get around like December. You're gonna start seeing, especially once, yeah, December. Then once we get into the new year, it's gonna be a whole different like type of game. So what you think your plans in life are and what you think is important is not gonna be important like you guys think it is. So the only thing that's important is being yourself and doing what you are supposed to do within being in alignment with self. That's it. And whatever you think you need to do, if that isn't it, then you're gonna get a awakening and a rude awakening, letting you know that isn't it. And it's up to you to realize if that's not it or if you want to just keep doing that and like because next year is gonna be a whole different fucking year. Next year gonna be a whole different year, and I don't like most people are like not gonna make it in life. Like that whole chosen one shit, ain't nobody chosen. 99% of people that everyone who talks about a chosen one and be isn't chosen. So you chosen one doesn't have nothing to do because when people define chosen one on the internet, like the average person you see says that they're a chosen one, what they mean is that they watch YouTube and they seen content about the government, they seen content about spirituality, they resonate with it, and they feel that they're special because they resonate with it. So that's like fucking like thousands and millions of probably millions of people. Because who the fuck hasn't got on the internet and seen a spiritual video or a video against the government and resonated with it on some way? So that's really what a chosen one is. Somebody who's went on YouTube, on social media, went on TikTok and seen a video that's against the government, resonated with it, and then said, I'm a chosen one. Go on these chosen one videos. There's like you get millions of views. Chosen every month, millions of views. Some of them are fake, obviously, but even besides the fake shit, a lot of people believe in that dumbass shit. The whole church, even the whole religious, the Christianity and the Catholic Church is failing. It's failing so bad that they have to get like content creators and chosen one terms to try to blend it in with religion. Like religion isn't even religion no more. Back then they had the Bible, they had the Testament, and they had the whole bullshit that you have to run down. Nowadays, you don't even have to read the Bible. You just have to watch a YouTube video, watch a content creator who talks about Christianity, and then, oh, I see the number 44, and I'm a chosen one, and the government this and I don't have to go to church and I don't have to read the Bible because I know God within. Like they're trying to make this new religious shit now. So nobody even has to be into religion no more. That's crazy. So I don't know, like it's just weird. That it's like shit is just getting crazy and crazier by the day. Yeah, this shit is getting crazier and crazier by the day. I'm gonna drop the link if anybody wants to join. But yeah, guys, like I said though, all of this, all that shit is just it's all predicated on working hard, nigga. Don't work hard. That's like I said. When I say don't work hard, I don't mean don't work hard like and don't put any effort towards anything. I mean don't work hard as in when you feel like you gotta try, then that's when it's a problem. But I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna end this live stream, guys. I got a lot of shit I gotta do. I don't want to keep reiterating the same shit. I'll probably be online tomorrow. I'm gonna try to be online at least every day, do a live stream just to connect with the because I don't like sometimes I'd be going off for a little bit, but then I'd be like, let me just come back online. But I don't know. Like I feel like I'm gonna just start I wanna connect more with the audience and at least do a lot more. Not even with the audience. I don't have no audience. Like I said, like most because I know like when I say audience and shit, I'm talking about people who are real. Like anybody, like if I had a whole bunch of random people come up in here, um, I probably wouldn't even because that's what thing I like about my page, and that's why I project myself the way I do, is because I don't want to have a lot of people on my channel like I don't fuck with because I don't like a lot of people in my circle that much unless shit's getting done or like because most people are not they're like this is why you see a lot of niggas they have fallen outs with each other, backstabbing, arguments, fights. Like I don't like any type of drama in my life. I don't like drama. I hate drama in my life. And because when it comes to drama, then I don't know what I'm capable of really. Well, I do know, but like I don't want to do something that I'm like it just because I'm a very nice and respectful person. But the thing is, with this, people, human beings are really weird. Is like you'll have a person, you know how you see those people out here who will be like, oh, the world hates me and this and that and this, and they'll always complain about and they'll tell you their sob story and oh, I was abused and every person I meet always abuses me and somebody robbed me for this amount of money and they'll tell you the biggest sob story that anybody can ever tell you. But one thing I realized about these people is that if you hang around these people long enough, even if you be nice and chill with them, they will always present themselves in a way where it'll have you thinking like, okay, now I know why you have so many sob stories because you are a piece of shit. The way you think, the way you act, and you manifested those and you brought those situations into your life. Always remember, somebody who has so many sob stories, they brought those. And I'm not saying things don't happen. Sometimes things happen. You have problems with shit. But I'm talking about like you see somebody who just has so many sob stories. You gotta always understand like this person, like they actually deserve. I don't want to say they deserve because who am I to say what they deserve or not? But they're going through it for a reason, and always gotta keep that in mind. That's why I don't like to just deal with so many individuals that is like that. Like the more people you have in your circle, I don't want to say the more people, the worse. All I gotta say is if you have a lot of people in your circle, each person should be doing something to get something built. So at the end of the day, you come together and something can be built. To be honest, and don't get me wrong, it's good to connect with certain because like there's certain people like I connect to, and there's certain people I can only fuck with them if I'm dealing with them on a certain level. If I'm not dealing with you on a certain level, then I can't fuck with you like that. And there's certain people I can just connect and be cool with, whether we deal with each other. But it's just like just be careful you have in your circle because it's not good. Especially nowadays, man. Like a lot of like I said, that whole a lot of motherfuckers now aren't they're not really on the frequency really. Like most people aren't on the frequency right now. They're very lost and they're very angry and they're trying to chase. They're trying to chase a dopamine high. They're trying to chase happiness. They're trying to chase peace. They're trying to chase some type of shit. They're trying to chase that. And everyone's chasing something nowadays, and that's not how life is supposed to work. You're supposed to everything's supposed to come naturally to you. And when you're not chasing something and you're in a flow of natural, people start hating on you or they'll think that you're not doing anything, whereas they're doing a whole lot of nothing. So they're doing a lot of shit, but it's nothing. Yet they want to say you're not doing anything. But with whatever they're doing, like they'll say, "Oh, you're lazy, you're not working." But then, bitch, you working 16 hours, but you're still living check to check. You can't tell me shit. Like I'd rather be not working and not living check to check than being like you. What the fuck is all your money coming from, nigga? Like all your money is just going back into the corporation. You fucking stupid ass. How you working 16 hours and you working and you living check to check? So you just making some rich family richer. How fucking dumb can you be? You can't tell me a goddamn thing about shit, bitch. You got assholes that actually think that they can tell you something. Fuck out of here. Dumbass people. How you gonna call somebody lazy, nigga? Like you lazy when it comes like do if the way I look at it, like I think humanity's lazy because nobody knows how to create their own shit. We need the fact that we need grocery stores and you can't go and create your own shit. And I'm not saying we're in a situation right now where it's kind of like they kind of got everything like sewed up, but you can't call somebody calling somebody lazy, but they work as a secretary. Like what the fuck is a secretary? You don't do shit, bitch. But just type on a computer all day, a bunch of fake ass documents that don't mean nothing. You don't provide nothing. The only thing you provide is service and labor to this corrupt system to help the wheels keep spinning. You don't do shit. So who you to tell? You can't talk about anybody. Like these people are ridiculously dumb. That's why I can't even just like. This shit's crazy. That's why I'm like, all and then when you all the problems that are we having in life right now, if you look at it, sometimes I'd be thinking like these problems actually do need to exist, not because they need to exist, because just for the sake of it existing, but they need to exist so people can feel the pain. Like you got so many people that are lost on social media. They don't do shit with their lives. They're just so lost. And then like you have people go to work at McDonald's, come home, watch TikTok, complain about their life. They don't want to take any type of responsibility for the things they can do. I'm not saying go out here be rich or whatever, but fuck money. There's things everybody can do that can better themselves that don't take money. Nobody wants to do that. They want to complain that they can't do something because they don't have money. So that's why I say certain things need to get bad. So people can feel the pain. Like, first of all, like this whole land, this whole system shouldn't even be here. You got people that came to the system and killed people that were living here to begin with. That's fucked up. So anybody who's even living on this land, who's benefiting from this system, you're stupid if you think you're gonna have any type of peace. That's just flat out ridiculous. It's like I go and I rob you and I hijack your car and I'm driving your car and then I feel annoyed when you try to get my car back or when the car breaks down. I'm like, oh, why does everything happen to me? The car's breaking down. I just stole this car and I just got it from, but bitch, you stole the fucking car, nigga. Like, how you gonna complain about the car breaking down and life is happening to you and you get bad luck, but yet you stole someone's car, bitch? Like, that's, if anything, that car breaking down is the bad energy you had. You see what I'm saying? Like, people think that they can like have a comfortable life and shit. And I'm not saying that everybody should be miserable on here, but nobody's doing shit though. That's the thing. Nobody's doing shit. Like, it'd be one thing if like just shit was like for example, let's just say we want to build a house or build or harness water or create our own type of like internet or technology or whatever. Like, shit was being created, or let's just say we didn't need any of that, but we were just living. We had resources to do our own thing on this land, and we're actually doing that, being in alignment with the land and with ourselves, and we weren't working these shitty jobs just to get fake ass money to buy a bunch of fake ass cheap ass shit. Then that right there, people will have a right to complain, really. But now it's like no one really has a right to complain, and you can't say you, because even when you will introduce certain things to people, like say, "Oh, do this," or "Why don't you do this?" Motherfuckers will look at you, tell you to go get a job and start working. Okay, motherfucker. Then okay, if you think that's how life is supposed to be, then don't get mad when a criminal comes and burglarizes your house. Only thing you need to do is go get a gun and prepare to shoot him or call the police. But you complaining, you need to just shut the fuck up, because that comes with this system. Like, it always baffles me when you'll see people like do crimes in this system and people act surprised. Not just with theft, even with like some certain like violent crimes and shit. Like, you'll have somebody go out and beat the shit out of his wife, or he'll kill the ex-girlfriend or whatever. And I'm not saying it's right, but like there was a time where it was in Vegas. There was this shit. I seen it. Some guy, he went into the courthouse and he killed I think he shot the judge and the wife and the husband of the wife, because I guess he had kids with the lady, and the fucking court took his wife, took his kids. So the wife had full custody, and the wife was never gonna let him see his kids. And then the man that she started dating, no, it wasn't. It was, she took full custody and she was able to get the house. So the house that the husband helped buy, the wife took the house. The husband the wife was fucking was living in the house, and the judge gave the kids. So he didn't have full custody, and he didn't have his house, and another man was living in it. This nigga went and killed up that whole courtroom. I was like, that was justified right there. I'm not saying it's right, but at the same time, I'm saying it's right. What I'm saying is the judge should have just not even the judge shouldn't even have done that. They shouldn't have gave the house to the full custody of the house. They should have sold the house, split the funds, and had half custody and dealt with it like that, and it would have saved two people's lives. Like, I don't know what the fuck they were doing. Like, certain things that are even violent, it's justified. Certain thefts is justified. If somebody's hungry like, there'll be times I see people starving, hungry on the fucking street. And I'd be so like angry and pissed. Not angry, but I'd be just like, just go. I told this dude, like, just go take that shit from the store. He's like, oh man, I don't want to do that because I'm gonna get caught doing this, and it's not right. And I'm like, whatever, man, just do you then. And then like I will sit there and I'm like, it's so fucked up. But then when you see other people do that, I don't feel bad, because I'll see somebody who's like struggling, suffering, and they're like a nice person, like, so they wouldn't even commit a theft, and they're going through all that pain. I'm like, dude, this is not even like I wouldn't even, like, it's just crazy. And then you have dumbass people be like, oh, well, it doesn't matter. He should go out and work and shit. And even if he does work, bitch, they're not gonna pay him till 2 weeks. And even when he works, nigga, ain't nobody paying nobody to go live in a house. You can't afford no fucking place like that quick. So he's gonna have to go work and be homeless and do all this shit and wait 2 weeks and like get the fuck out of here, nigga. That's why the system is so corrupt. And that's why people scam the system on a daily basis and things happen. And like I don't really feel sorry for it. I don't care because it's like it's fucked up. And I'm not saying that's what you should do and you need to do that. I'm not saying that, like, but at the same time, like if I see somebody doing shit, I don't feel bad. Like even when you see a lot of they'll tell, like you'll see a lot of people on here that'll say like they're stressed out because of they gotta go to work and come home and they got all these responsibilities and all this shit. And then when a man goes out here and he has family and kids and he snaps and he probably beats one of the kids or kills the wife. I'm not saying it's right, but some of those instances, maybe it's like the system was stressing him out too much where he felt he needed to do that. And not to say he shouldn't be punished, but at the same time, why doesn't nobody address the real problem of why people are going crazy? Like the average 99% of people are human beings have a humane quality to them. Whereas they're not, nobody just wants to be violent. 90%, I'll say 95 to 98% of the murders, rapes, not even rapes, but murders, because there's no justifying no damn rape, but murders, theft, it's people are put in a situation. The only time somebody wants to just kill somebody is like if it's a serial killer. Somebody like that who just like enjoys that shit. And even then, like if you look at their past, they probably were like abused or they went through a lot of trauma and shit, which was created by the system to make them even in that mindset. But most people, they're just living their life normal and then shit happens and then they get put into a position. That's why like the people who run this whole system, their shit is done. They're not gonna be here and they're done because they can't, like every single victim. And when I say victim, I'm not talking about like a victim. I'm talking about even a suspect is a victim. A victim is a victim to the suspect, but a suspect is a victim to the system. So every suspect, every person that's a murderer, rapist, a thief, scammer, every person that is those things, they're a victim of the system. So whoever created the system, they have that on their soul. They have to deal with that karma, whether they know it or not. They're fucking retarded, so they probably don't think that they know that, but they're retarded. So they have to deal with that. So they're this whole every person that is a product of the system is a victim, and they have to pay for that shit. That's what thing I'm realizing. This shit's crazy. Because nobody would ever go out and commit some type of heinous deed 98% of the time unless something pushed them to do that. Like 100% of thefts all happen because people don't have money, especially nowadays. I'll say 99.9% of thefts happen because people don't fucking have the funds and the money and they need to survive. And I'm not saying it's right. That's why it always baffled me. I seen a video of a jewelry store getting robbed, and it was like $1 million in jewelry that got robbed. And I'm thinking, like, why doesn't the government take some of the money that they fucking squander and steal from the taxpayers instead of spending it on themselves? Why don't you take some of that money and pay the fucking the person who owns the jewelry store? Pay him that money. Because it's like, oh, the jewelry store got robbed for $50,000 or $100,000. There should be a fund where every time a jewelry store gets robbed and they can have proof that it's robbed and it wasn't something set up, they pay the jewelry owner so he can get back on his feet again. Because there's no reason he has a system, he pays taxes and he does all this to help the economy, and you can't give him back his money. Get the fuck out of here. And then they try to pin it all on the people who are stealing shit. Oh, it's the thieves who did this. Don't get me wrong, catch them, but that nigga needs his money back. Obviously, when you catch the thieves, nigga, you ain't getting that money back. They're gonna go spend that money. They gotta hide it. That money's gonna get lost. You ain't gonna get that fucking money back. And even the shit they stole and the amount of money they get for it is not going to even be the equivalent. So it's like you're not going to get that money back. So at that point, they should reimburse anybody who gets robbed and shit. Like the fuck. But if they did that, it wouldn't their scam wouldn't work if they did that. You see what I'm saying? Because if they did that, then there will be no incentive for people to get mad at the criminals. They have to make you hate your own type of people and hate you for because the reason they even went to rob the guy is because of an economic system that is flawed. That's the reason they went in to rob the dude. Any type of robberies shouldn't even exist. You don't see nobody robbing anybody for rocks and no dirt, because the way it's set up is rocks and dirt is it's not something you need to rob, because they didn't, you see what I'm saying? But you'll have people rob people for gold, because the way the system is set up is gold is something to rob people for, not because it's gold, because you need gold to make gold is something you can trade in exchange for money, and you need money to buy shit in the system. And not only that, the way they make you able to earn money and the way resources is, you can't earn money unless you're making somebody richer. So it's not like we don't live in a system where when you earn money, it goes back to the land and goes back to yourself. Every money you earn has to. This is why people say it's so hard to make money, because you can't make money unless you're making somebody else richer. If you make money and you're making yourself richer, then that's like a theft. That's a crime. That's a scam. Even you don't believe me? Look at every way you can make money. You got to pay taxes on it. You work at McDonald's, you pay taxes. Not only that, you're building up a corporation. They're making billions of dollars a year. They pay you chump change. You're not getting nothing in return. The little money they give you is peanuts compared to how much you're making them. So you're only able to make money if you're working for them. When you see a celebrity, it's the same fucking thing. A celebrity like Michael Jordan, they'll say his stupid nigger ass is worth like $2 billion because of Jordans. You know how much money Jordan's been out since fucking before the 90s? Or I think so. Like, it's been out for over 30 years. Jordans. That nigga's made Nike probably $1 trillion. Jordan. But how much money does that nigga have? Like 2 billion? That nigga Jordan made Nike $1 trillion. Probably close to $1 trillion, hundreds of billions of dollars. That nigga Jordan has made Nike over the years. But over the years, this nigga only is worth like $1 billion. So you can't even make money in the system without making numbers. And anytime you do, it's a scam. That's what they'll get you for a scam. Like these one individuals, they'll take, because in California they have you can sell cans. There's a can refund where you can take bottle cans and sell them. Somebody was going out of state, because not all states have that system. So they went to a state that didn't have the system, and they were taking cans and then smuggling them back to California and selling them. They made like fucking $15 million smuggling cans. And then they shut them down. And I'm like, why would you shut them down? Like, what the fuck? Is not even, it's because they were losing money. Because there's a reason you can't sell cans in that state. So they're trying, it's all a big scam. So they didn't do nothing wrong. They'll make you think they did something wrong. Oh, they're scamming the people. They'll always try to say, oh, they're stealing your tax money. Nigga, shut the fuck up. Like, I'd rather have a criminal steal my tax money than a politician. What the fuck is a criminal is a politician, but I'd rather have a criminal that looks like me steal my money than a fucking politician, because you niggas steal money all the time. A politician doesn't do nothing to make money. Every penny a politician spends is fucking is tax money. There's nothing they do to make any real money. They take that tax money and they may say, oh, we have this business. Bitch, you took the tax money to open the business. You took the tax money and invested in Bitcoin. You took the tax money and did whatever. So none of that is their money. Even companies like Walmart and shit, all of that shit is from tax money. Like, you really think Walmart started because some guy was on the street making? No, nigga, that shit was all like Amazon, Walmart. All those companies were started off the backs of they ain't no regular business like the ones you make. That shit was created from. Why is Walmart the only place that sells the cheapest shit? Every other place is way more expensive, but then Walmart's the cheapest shit. That's because government shit. They needed to have a place where people could buy cheap shit because they knew not everyone could buy it expensive. So they're able to. So like, we're gonna only have this Walmart store be. It's all stupid shit. Fucking retarded. Yeah, I'm probably gonna end this live stream soon, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna start going live every day. I'm gonna go live tomorrow for you guys. I'm gonna start going live a lot more. It just usually I don't feel like going live. Like if I don't feel like going live, I don't go live. Like most of the time I don't feel like it. That's why I don't be going on live that much. But yeah. Oh man. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna drop the cash up. Oh, and shout out to what's his name? I don't want to name. I don't know if you want me to say your name, but shout out to whoever sent me that money on Cash App. Shout you out. Yeah, shout out to whoever. I know who you are, but I don't want to say your name because I don't know if you want me to put your name out here, but you know who you are. Yeah, shout out to you. I forgot. I forgot to because he sent it to me last week, and I should have. I was gonna put a post on my thing. I'll probably put that on. Cause I always say thank you for people who shot, especially when you send me a lot of money like that. Shout out to you because you didn't even have to send me that, and I don't even put in my cash up. Not because I don't want money. I just forget to put my cash up there. And the fact that you even remembered the cash app was there, and you added my money, and you sent me money means like you really fuck with the channel. So shout out to you, whoever you know who you are. I don't want to say your name on here though, but shout out to whoever sent that money. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I make that. Well, the main reason I make my videos is because I feel like making my video. Because the moment I don't feel like making videos, I'm not making no more videos no more. But when I see people like that, oh, he sent me a cash out. Shout out to Cameron. Oh, I don't want to say your name. I don't know if you guys want me to say your name, but shout you out. I just got a cash up right now. Thank you guys. I just got that right now. Shout you out as well. Yeah. I make these videos for me and for people like us for people I speak to, like the people I fuck with, which is only like a handful of people. I don't make this. My channel is not for everyone. That's another thing. My channel is not for everyone. My channel is I'm speaking to people, only a certain small demographic of people who resonate, and very few, probably like a handful of people, if even that. Like I don't talk to everyone. Like my channel isn't for everyone. That's why I talk the way I do. This is why I present myself the way I don't give a fuck about YouTube. I don't give a fuck about this shit on a certain level. Like, so you just like, because obviously, like, I care enough to come and make a content. So I'm not gonna say like, oh, I don't give. Like, obviously, I care enough to make videos and content. So, but I don't. I'm not like these other. Like, you have a lot of these other people out here. They like they're trying to think they gotta make it, bitch. You ain't gonna ever make it on social media or go viral or any of that shit. Just because you go viral, nigga. Like, what the fuck would you want to go viral for? If I go viral, nigga, I want to go viral for something that's like, why the fuck would you want to go viral for you having a piece of shit life? Like, your life is miserable and you're complaining and how broken, miserable you're. Why would you fucking want to go viral for that? What did you want to go viral for doing something and even if you did something so good, like, I don't understand why people want to go viral. I never wanted to go viral. I never wanted to. And because if you look at it, it's like it's embarrassing because what are you going viral for? Like, whatever you're going viral for, unless it's something that like it's something good. But then if you're doing something that's positive, why would you even at that point you will be in a mindset where you don't even give a fuck about going viral? Like, because it's like you don't even have no privacy. Like that's why I never wanted to go viral for shit. Like I never wanted to, especially the content that I talk about. I never wanted to go viral. Because people look at it as the way to make money. You ain't making no money on this shit like that. Everybody who's making money is a fucking puppet, and they're being used, and they're going to be discarded when they're not being used accordingly anymore. So why would you even want to, like, anybody that if you see going viral, they're just broke as fuck and they have a whole bunch of attention, but they don't have nothing. So everybody's in your business, yet you're a regular person, and like, what the fuck is the point of that? That's dumb. I never respected, and I don't even, when I see people with a lot of views and content, I don't even respect them, brother. Like, I actually have less of a respect for you the more views you have. Like, and there's nobody really that has a lot of views that I respect. Like, when I see when I see a content creator and I see their page and they have a lot of views, I don't have respect for them. I don't have respect for them at all. Like, I look at them and I don't want to say I just disrespect them, but I look at them sideways. Like, I'm like, I just have a certain like who the fuck, like, you got like, it's just weird. Like, when I see somebody with like a lot of, like, if I see shit on my algorithm, like, there'll be things on my algorithm, and then the first thing I look at is how many views it got. If it's gotten over like 10,000 views in a short period of time, I don't watch it because I automatically assume it's put out by the algorithm, and that means it's nothing valuable within that, in that content, because anything of value isn't gonna be pushed in the algorithm 99% of the time. Maybe sometimes it can slip through the algorithm, but like, I don't think, because everything I see that's over 10,000 views, and it gets to even less, but like, if I see a large amount of views within a short period of time, it's always some bullshit content. And when I see views that have like 100 views and it's been out for a day, or 200 views, even though they're not talking spiritual or they're not talking no real shit, the certain vibe they have, you can tell it's against the system. So that's why it's not, because you guys think they put you in the algorithm based on what you're talking about. No, they put you in the algorithm based on what you're talking about and based upon how you present yourself. So even if you're talking about a bunch of dumb shit, if you present yourself like you don't care about their system, then they're not going to put you in the algorithm. If you talk about Donald Trump as he's a piece of shit and he's a faggot, but you present yourself like you care about the system, then they're going to put you in the algorithm. If you present yourself like you don't care about the system and you show respect to the system, they're not going to put you. It's about an energy. You have to show, when it comes to this system, the matrix, this fake ass system, they're very insecure. Like the white man, I don't mean white people, but like the white people who own this system, like the government, they're very insecure and they need validation. So when they see you talk, like, they left trolls on my page a couple months ago, and they said the reason we shadow ban you is because how you talk. So it's like, it wasn't what I was saying, it's how I was saying it, and it was obviously what I was saying, but they don't like, because they got their feelings hurt. Because when they watch my channel and they see somebody talking like me, not just me, but other people talk like me, and you don't have a care, it hurts their feelings. They get upset, so they feel like this is what, like, they have to. This is what they have to attack Nature Boy, because they got their feelings hurt. They got their feelings hurt, and they have to attack Nature Boy. And then now, shout out to Dolo. He's doing, like, they're trying to attack him because he's hurting their feelings. But the thing is with him, though, they can't do him like they did Nature Boy nowhere else. So like, they're hella butthurt and they're hella mad because like they can't do him. It's like all the shit they did with Nature Boy and they did with other people that ruined them, like Young Pharaoh, is like the karma for what they did to those people is catching up with them because they're trying to do that same shit with Dolo. But yet he's that nigga, they're hella dumb because like Dolo is like, it's like a person who's intelligent would know how to pick their battles. You should know, I can't fuck with this person like that, so I'm gonna back off. The government, they don't know that, so they fuck with people they shouldn't be fucking with, and then they dig themselves in a deeper hole, and like they don't know what the fuck they doing because they're so butthurt over, you need to think like me. You gotta think like a government. You got to be professional. You have to, and if you don't think like them, then they have to attack you. So what happens to them is they attack people, and usually they'll try to take their views and ruin them or whatever, like they did Nature Boy, Young Pharaoh, and all these other people. But then they find somebody like Dolo and shit. They're trying to do it with him. They can't do it with him like that because of it ain't working like that, and they're actually making their shit worse, and I can see it. And like I'm saying, like it is all you got to remember. All of this shit that the government does is because their feelings is hurt. So you be thinking like, why are they doing this? Why are they shadow banning you? Why did they remove the dislike button? Remember they removed the dislike button? Remember when the pandemic happened, they were banning everyone? And we were like, why the fuck is all this? And you'll have all these stupid niggers like Black Magic 363. Oh, the reason they're doing this is because they'll give them like some type of logical reason why the government is being a piece of shit. It's like, no, their feelings are hurt. They got butt hurt, nigga. Like, I don't know why people don't get it. Like, they butt hurt. They upset. They angry. Because, like, you have all this money. You have all this fucking, like, power to control people and spy on people. But yet you're butt hurt over a content creator. Even when you have to shadow ban them, that means you're butt hurt. Like, if a person, if you think somebody's not shit, you shouldn't even need to shadow ban him. You should be like, okay, he ain't shit. Ain't nobody got to watch him. You see what I'm saying? Like, if a retarded, autistic, pea-sized brain fuckhead was like, I'm more smarter than you, I'm smarter than you, are you gonna try your best to outsmart him? No, you're just gonna let life play out because you know he's gonna fucking need his diaper changed because he's a retard. You see what I'm saying? You're not gonna argue. So why would you have to try to shadow ban somebody whose content is bullshit? It's because you know their content isn't bullshit. You know their shit is a threat. So you have to shadow ban. Otherwise, you'll just let the people choose, really. Like, just put shit in the algorithm. Put everything in the algorithm. They can't because they know certain shit is gonna get seen. Because it's all about like the energy. Like, they have to that's why even when you see people that talk about the shit I talk about, like fuck the government, fuck Trump, and fuck money, there's people who go viral from that. But look at how they act. Fuck what they're saying, but look at their demeanor. Look at their personality. They actually have a demeanor that deep down they care about the system. Like, deep down, I really don't give a fuck about the system at all. I really don't care about it. Like, I really don't. So when you have that energy, when you talk and you come across, it shows a certain way. But when you actually care about it, like these people will say, fuck Donald Trump, but we need a new Republican in there because Donald Trump or we need a Democrat, or I don't like the economy, I don't like tariffs. Instead of 80% tariffs, just do 5% tariffs. Like, even though they hate tariffs, they still arguing that there needs to be less tariffs. Even though they hate Trump, they're arguing we need a new president. It's like, so they care about the system. They care about the economy, that this fake ass economy. They don't want to make a better economy. So like, they could pick up on that on certain people, even people who talk about like this Gnosticism and this all this black pill shit. You'll have like people out here, they'll virtue signal and like talk about shit. Like, you'll have like a certain situation happen in the news, and you'll have people have a certain sentiment about, oh, this wrong, what happened in the news. And then like why are you even talking about it? Like, I'm not gonna say something positive or negative because I don't give a fuck about it. And if you talk to me about it, I'm gonna tell you to get the fuck out my face. But since you're so in that program, you're gonna automatically assume I have something negative to say about it because I didn't. Oh, shout out to Adept Original. I could say that name because he's a Cinnamonian. So it's like no matter what platform you're on or what you're talking about, you're always gonna have they're always gonna look at you and you'll be able to go viral on that. Don't think that just because what you're saying is gonna not make you go viral. It's how you're saying it. How you're saying it and the energy behind you, the demeanor you have. A lot of people, that's why you see a lot of people on TikTok, not even TikTok, like 99% of videos on TikTok are fake. I'm not just saying this, I'm saying this as legit real. Like, go on these TikTok, YouTube content creator pages, go on TikTok and watch these pages that talk about Trump, the economy, talk about race, women, anything. Why is it that every time a TikTok video goes viral, you only see that person one time? It's like every day it's a new person that goes viral talking about black race, women, the economy, tariffs, and the like you know how you have a content creator, right? And he'll have a page and he talks about other TikTok videos. They talk about TikTok videos that are viral on TikTok. Why is it that every video that's viral on TikTok is a brand new person? When Infinite Waters went viral, he stayed around, and he's an AI too, I think. But when certain content creators go viral, they stick around, and you see them. Like you have academics. At one point, he got viral, and then he stuck around. You have other channels that you see. They went viral, and then you even though you don't watch them, you hear their name, you see them. But when it comes to these TikTok, it's always a new person. Look at every day when they make these new TikTok videos, it's a new person. It's a new person. When you go on these YouTube channels and you see like these new YouTube content creators coming up, they have like 300,000 subscribers and like they only have like 50 videos. That's an AI, it's a fake channel. Their whole channel's fake. Like somebody created it and they're making money behind it. And then they'll put like a fine ass female that looks like a model, and they'll make her look a certain way, talk a certain way. And then she presents herself a certain way, and then they'll have people in that audience come, and then they'll even do fake ass readings and fake one-on-ones. It's all fake ass shit. The TikTok videos, every one of those is fake. Like, think about it, like the average person isn't going on TikTok talking about race. Like how many, like eventually it's not going to work no more, because after the next 2-3 years, it's going to be like, okay, what's the point of you talking about? It seems fake. 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 4 years ago, when they were doing it, it seemed kind of like normal. Okay, they're talking about TikTok, where I can see the economy's bad and this, but now doesn't it feel kind of weird that when you see these, it seems like somebody is just pushing out these videos and making fake videos? When you're done watching this video, watch a few of these TikTok videos. You're going to just see like, it'll be some white girl talking about how she doesn't like to work in the economy. But when you see the average white girl in public, in real life, they don't even talk, or not even just white, but black. When you see black people act on TikTok, white people act on TikTok, they don't even act and talk in a way like the average person will talk in real life. Or when you go watch a real YouTube content creator, they don't even talk like that. Like you'll see a white person like, I hate the economy, I hate working, and I have to work 13 hours a day. I gotta do this and this and that. I'm like, it's kind of weird now. It's weird. I'm like, okay, we get it. Like you keep saying this shit, and then they all have the same demeanor. Look at the demeanor behind the energy, not what they're saying. They all have that same like demeanor. Like it's like the energy behind it, you could tell it's by either the same person or it's a group of people working as a team to push out these videos. So their personality is kind of the same from all these videos. Like even when you see a black person making a fucking YouTube channel or a TikTok video talking about race, like let me give you an example. They'll have a white man or a white woman talking about how black people are the originators and we all come from white Africa, and I'm a white person and I get burnt in the sun, and like that's a fake video. What white person is not going to be in their ego? There's no white person that I know, even white people I'm cool with, would never say those things. They would never say, oh, we all come from Africa. That's not even on their mind, especially when everybody's worrying about their rent and how to fucking get out of their mental illness and shit that they know they don't think they have, or they may know they have. Like everyone's just trying to get their shit right. No white person's thinking about we all come from Africa. And like I literally seen a video, this faggot white dude talking about how black people are the original humans and we all come from black people. And it's obviously it was a white person that made that video to make black people be in their ego and be distracted in lost bullshit. It's all fake. It's not real. That's how you can tell. Like, why would this person be saying these things? And then look at the background. Like especially with this YouTube content, they'll be talking about, like this one nigga's talking about how he's unemployed and this and that, but yet this nigga's like in a fucking whole house and shit. Like the Solar Illuminati. That's a fake ass page. This nigga's in a whole fucking like $1 million suburb house. Talk like, what do you do for a living, nigga? Like you don't do shit for a living. Like I guess they expect you to believe they're making their money from YouTube. No, you're not making your money. That's bullshit. You're not paying for that whole. There's people out here who got money who don't even buy a whole house. You got that whole suburb house. You ain't got no family or nothing. Get the fuck out of here. It's a fake ass video. How's your background look normal? Like it's weird. Like it looks like like it don't even look like what they're projecting themselves to be. And some people may say, "Oh, it doesn't matter. It can happen." Like, nah, nigga. Like you gotta look at this shit. Even when you look at Rod Hayes, Rod Hayes is you could tell depending on the person they make the back. Because Rod Hayes, they made him look like he living out of a trap house. He's always in a wife beater. He always has a cigarette, but yet he knows all this spiritual information. He knows all this fucking shit about the laws and regulation in section 8.4 of the penal code. And like, shut your stupid nigger ass up, dude. It's a fake ass channel. Like, and every time you'll see like these people, on these fake, every time you can tell an AI channels, because they can't lie, because all of these people who create these AIs, they belong to like a secret society or organization. So they have to, they take like an oath, or they're in a group. So there's certain things that they agree with. So they can't lie. They have to. It's like if you're a blood, you have to wear red, or you gotta say what's up, blood, or Sue. You gotta do something to make yourself known. Even if you're throwing up the hand signs, you gotta throw up your set, so you know. So you can't say a blood can't say that he's a Crip, because he has to throw up his set. He has to wear red. He has to talk a certain way. He has to say, I know this person. All of that's gonna make you say he's a blood. So when it comes to the AI, what they talk about, they have to talk about certain shit, because if they don't, then they're not going for what they're for. So they have to show allegiance to what they are. They have to talk about, you can't have an AI and then they talk like what I'm talking. Even if they say fuck Donald Trump, they're gonna say fuck Donald Trump, but we need Joe Biden in there. They're gonna say fuck Republican, fuck Democrat, we need Bernie Sanders. They're never gonna say, oh, fuck this whole system, we need to. They're not gonna tell you those straight up real shit. They're gonna be like, even if they say fuck the economy and fuck jobs, they're gonna tell you fuck the economy, fuck jobs, and we're just meant to live and die and be broke. They're gonna tell you some defeatist shit like there's no hope. They're never gonna tell you a solution. They're never gonna tell you the truth, or they're never gonna tell you something real, because it's gonna go against. They don't want to. They can't speak too much truth. If they speak too much truth, then it's gonna go against what their original intent was to mislead people. So it's like always. That's how you can spot the AI shit. One way you can spot it. And then you got these dumbass, stupid nigger Black Pill on that nigga Black Magic's channel. One of the last live streams he did, he was all saying how AI is a revolutionary, and we're gonna be able to take over the world, and Black people are gonna be able to make better inventions than the white man because we're using AI. Shut the fuck up, you stupid nigga. But yet, fucking, there's like dozens of channels that go on this nigga's fucking that go on his live every month. This nigga Black Magic I showed you that one nigger bitch with the fucking Egyptian costume and unk on her fucking forehead. And shit, I showed you her. That was the AI. He has countless AIs, but yet Red Pill and the Seven Bomar, they act like they're like the originators, or because I think they're I don't know about Black Pill or Red Pill and Blue Pill. I don't think that they're puppets, but they don't know. But Seven Bomar, he's an agent, because he always talks about AI. And I don't even think Seven Bomar is real. Infinite Waters, I don't think he's real too. A lot of these people aren't real. They weren't real for a long time. These were all fake ass, because they had this AI shit for a long time. But you see Red Pill, Blue Pill, they'll be talking about AI and shit. But yet, if you're so hip to AI, and Seven Bomar has a masterclass teaching people how to make AI content and AI videos. But yet, is he going to tell people in that masterclass that the CIA and the government is using AI videos to infiltrate fucking Black Magic's live streams? Is he gonna say that Rod Hayes is a fucking fake ass AI? Is he gonna say that? Because if you're a master, if Seven Ballmer is a master teacher in AI, he should know that AI is currently being ran on on so-called Brother Rich's channel. That's his name. Brother Rich is a fucking idiot. He's like a fucking he's like a news anchor man. He's just like a news anchor man. A news anchor man, they don't know shit. They just interview people and read what's on the prompt. That's Brother Rich. He don't know shit. He's not spiritual. He just knows how to fucking interview people. He knows how to talk to people and ask questions. Nigga, like what a creative gift. Asking questions. You don't have shit entertaining yourself, so you have to bring other people you think are entertaining, ask them questions. So Brother Rich, he don't know a goddamn thing worth of shit. He's just there to be an interviewer and ask questions to people that he thinks it has more knowledge than him, or they do, obviously, even though they're retarded, because he don't know shit. But he would, like, why doesn't Seven Bomar tell that nigga Brother Rich, since you're so cool with him, you have AIs on your channel. I'm an AI, and because think about it, that nigga Brother Rich is like, oh, this masterclass is gonna be good, teaching people about AI, but yet he doesn't know that Seven Bomar's AI. You don't know, so obviously, nigga, the AI is so good that you don't even know it's AI, dumb motherfucker. Fucking idiot. You know what I'm saying? Like, these niggas, like, they talk like they know about AI. Either maybe they know about it and they're just pretending they don't know, which that could be a possibility. Like red pill, blue pill, they know they're all in on it. But I don't think red pill, blue pill, they just seem like some niggas from the hood who just trying to make money and hustle and like just, which is like, dude, I'm not saying they shouldn't do their shit, but like, when you start preaching like the white man system is actually gonna save us, you're actually hurting people, because that's AI and Bitcoin is going to be the destruction of the people. You fucking idiot. He's like, oh, but you can make money from AI. You can make money from Bitcoin, bitch. People make money scamming credit cards every fucking day, bitch. You gonna tell them that's wrong? Shut your ass up. Just because you're making money doesn't mean it's right, dummy. Same motherfuckers say, oh, you can make money off Bitcoin. People are telling you not to make money off Bitcoin. Bitch, you tell people not to make money off credit cards. You know how many people I know people who made money still, who for at least 3-4 years, they were scamming people off credit cards. They stopped doing it. They came up like $500,000. They opened a business. They don't even do it no more. They got away with it. They scammed up to like $500,000, few $100,000, and then they stopped doing it. They got out of it, used the money to open a business, and then they making money and they're legal. They got away with it. They never got caught doing it. So, yeah, you're gonna tell somebody, oh, you're gonna go to jail if you do that. If you don't fucking play it right, or you don't have a plan and an end goal. But yet, same with Bitcoin. If you don't have a plan and an end goal, the Bitcoin's gonna. At the end of the day, you're dumb if you think you're gonna be able to keep your Bitcoin. By the time Bitcoin gets to $1 million, like they say it's supposed to get you 2030, I guarantee you there's gonna be some funny shit. Some funny shit happening with that shit. You're either not going to be able to spend the money. There's not going to be no resources to even have, because all the products and the resources of this land is dwindling, and the quality, everything. So it's going to be that, or there's going to be mandatory regulations with how much money you can take out of it. Because I don't think they're going to allow, because even if it goes to $1 million, like I said, it's going to go to $1 million. Why does everybody have their money in Bitcoin? So they can eventually take it out once it gets to a lot of money. So once it gets to a lot of money and people take it out, that's just going to drop the value down. So even if it does get to $1 million, you're going to have to hope you take your money out before everyone else does, so you get to keep the money. It's all dumb. Like, I don't get it, man. Like, people are retarded. I don't think that Bitcoin shit's going to even be like people think it is. I don't know. I just don't think. I think they're going to do some type of scam with it, or if you're going to get it, like, because I'm not going to say you can't make money off Bitcoin. You can make money off of it, but like I said, get in and get out. Get in and get out, just like you're doing something illegal when you make money. The main reason most people get caught doing illegal shit when it comes to is because they don't get in and get out. Anytime when you're dealing with like any type of person going to jail from some type of illegal thing, it has nothing to do with the crime itself. 99% of the time. I'll say 90% of the time it had nothing to do with the crime. Is that they didn't have a plan. They didn't have a goal. They weren't in alignment with self. So it played out with them going to jail. them getting caught. If you had a plan and you were working with what they call God, the energy, your higher self, whatever you want to call it, when you have a plan and you're in alignment and you need to do something, the spirit will guard you. But you have to have a plan, because I seen it. But if you don't have a plan and you're just mindlessly doing something, like the people who get caught selling drugs are the people in their brain, they're like, oh, I'm gonna just sell drugs for the rest of my life. That's where the people get caught. The people who get in and get out, those people had a plan. The spirit made sure ain't nobody fuck with them. So the police never pulled them over. The police never fuck with them. Because I'm sitting here, when I was driving from California to all the way to Georgia, I'm on the highway and I'm thinking like, I didn't see no police while I'm on the highway. I didn't see no police. I seen a few, but nobody gave me no problem. And I'm like, how the fuck did these people carrying cocaine get caught with drugs by the highway patrol? And I'm thinking it has nothing to do with the patrol. It has everything to do with the energy. So the spirit or the energy will set up a situation where they get chosen and picked because of, if you're not in alignment with self, then you allow certain negative things to happen to you. You could be in alignment with yourself and bad things happen, but when they happen, it's going to work out in your favor. But when something bad happens to you and it's like it's the end and you feel like your life is crumbling, that's because you are in alignment with self. So the situations were set up like the last 3 years of my life. I'll say last year, because last year was the first time in like, last year in 2023 were like the only 2 times I had any run-ins with police. And all of those run-ins, like the things I was doing, like the spirit was telling me to do certain shit and I wasn't doing it. And this is one of the reasons why I left California, because I needed to discern shutting to change. And I remember like before I left California, like I had like 2 run-ins with police over some bullshit. It wasn't like nothing I was doing wrong. Like somebody would call the police on some bullshit. They think I was somebody else, or I would look suspicious, but I wasn't doing shit. It had nothing to do with nothing that I was doing illegal. But I had certain shit in my car that could have got me in trouble. But those times the police didn't check my car. Like they checked it. Like I remember I had some shit in my car, in my trunk, and then the police was like, oh, because somebody called because they said a suspicious car. Because I was just in my car and I was making a video and I ended the live stream, and somebody called, oh, a suspicious vehicle. And the police, I had some shit in my car that could have got me in trouble. And I remember he pulled me out of the car, he's talking to me. And like when I was talking to police, I was just like, I talk to them in a certain way where I don't like, I make it look like I show a certain level of vulnerability, because that helps you like make the process more smoother. So when I was talking to him, he was like, can we check the car? I was like, yeah, you can check it. And then after I said that, I started saying certain shit to make me seem vulnerable, but like in a more emotional way, so he could think I'm cool. He ended up not even checking the car, because we were talking about something else, and he didn't check the car. And then they were going to take me into jail because I had a warrant I didn't know about. But then he was like, oh, the warrant's not even that big. And then it's very small. Like, just go to the courthouse and check in and shit. They didn't even take me in for the warrant. And my dad had a backpack, and he's like, can we put your backpack in the trunk? I was like, no, just leave it in the car. He's like, are you sure? Because somebody could break it in. Like, that's fine. I don't know. He was all adamant. Like, are you sure you don't want to leave it in the trunk? I was like, no, because if he opened that shit, it would have been some stuff in it that got me caught up. But the reason I'm saying all this is because when that shit happened, there was things like I had stopped smoking for like over a year. And that morning I woke up, I was like, I'm gonna go to the club to give me some weed. And I was literally going to go to the club. And that's when that shit happened. And it was other shit happening in my life. And I was like, and this was like when Saturn was squaring Sun. And months before this happened, I was like, I got to prepare myself, because every time Saturn squares Sun, there's always some bullshit with me. And it's like, and it was in Pisces too. This was last year, and it was in Pisces. So I knew, and I'm a Pisces sun, so I'm like, some bullshit. This literally the day Saturn was squaring Sun, I seen this fucking policeman. The moment I seen this nigga, I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Because Saturn rules police and shit. And it is square. It's a problem. This is like law enforcement. Saturn can rule law enforcement. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Police. I seen the police. I was like, fuck. I really thought I was in jail. But it was because of the things that was happening. And then back in January,
Saturn was squaring my sun, but it was my natal sun, my natal Saturn, not Saturn in Pisces. So it was my natal Saturn, which is an Aquarius, and the sun was squaring that. Wait, was it? No, it was conjuncting that. Because it was conjuncting that. I forget, it was some type of alignment, but it was at a natal alignment to me, and it was something to do with Saturn. I remember I had the same running with police again, and literally I had a dream like a couple weeks that the police let me go, and then I went back to my car to go and get something, and then the police took me to jail, and then 2 weeks later the police come in the library talking about suspicious vehicle, because I was like, it's just some bullshit. I don't want to get into it. Oh, why is your car here? And I'm like, I didn't do anything. And I didn't do nothing. That's why I'm not in jail. So I don't think I did something illegal. I just don't want to get into what the fuck. But pretty much they came in, and then he was like, oh, somebody said you were doing this and that. I'm like, I wasn't doing shit. And he's like, okay, that's all we need to know. They go out, check. I look out the window because I'm at the library. I look out the fucking window. I see the police there. I remember because I was about to go back to my car. I was literally about to go back to my fucking car. But I remember the dream. When I went back to my car, I went to jail. Because they let me go. Because when the police came in here, he's like, was you doing this? I'm like, no. He left. And then I went like 5 minutes later, I was going to go back out to my car to go in the car to get something because I was in the library. I see 2 police cars. They have my car backed in. And I'm thinking that they're waiting for me. I'm like, fuck. I think they're waiting for me to come out so they can have a reason to search my car. And I had some shit in there that they probably would have, whatever. So at that point, I called my one nigga that I know, this Filipino nigga I know. I was going to have him pick me up and take me to a hotel so I can go. Cause I had my wallet. I was going to go stay at a hotel and then take a flight the next day out to come where I'm at now and just leave my car and leave all my shit in my car. Cause I'd rather just leave all that shit. That's just material. I could get that shit again and just take a flight out here. But then I waited like 30 minutes and then the police left and shit. But if I would have went back to my car, I would have went to jail because my dream told me that the police let me go. Then I went back to my car and then they arrested me. So if I would have went back to my car, they would have been like, can we search your vehicle? And then they would have searched it and then they would have found some shit in it. And I had a warrant at that point too. So that's why I'm like, and then all of those times, it had nothing to do with what I was doing. I was minding my business. And it was, and I knew the spirit sent that shit to like kind of put fear in me to be like, I'm gonna the spirit pretty much let me know I'm gonna create a situation. You're gonna go to jail if you don't get back on track because you're not doing nothing. So since you're not doing nothing, then you can do nothing in jail and shit. So that's what I'm saying. Like when you have certain situations like that, when they play out, it's because of other shit you're doing. It's not really what you're doing at the moment. You see, because if you were doing something at the moment that could get you in a certain situation, if you're in alignment, the spirit will shield you where that they won't fuck with you or like nothing will be able to break that. You see what I'm saying? Because you got it's like if you're staying with somebody and you're paying monthly rent, they're gonna look at you as an asset. But if you're not, they're gonna let you go. Most people. You see what I'm saying? So it's like the spirit needs to look at you like you're an asset. And if you're an asset or you're helping, then it's gonna shield you because it knows you're on a mission, and that's important. So that's the message I want to just get you niggas to like. Paste the live. If anybody wants to join the live, shout out to Speak Your Minds. Like, glad you're still live. Yeah. But yeah, I'm probably gonna end this live though. Oh man. But shout out to everybody who sent me this Cash App. You sent me the Cash App. Shout out to everyone who sent me that. I got it. Yeah. But
all my videos I make, I always like to bring solutions in my videos. Like it's always about solutions. And like I said, I can't tell you everything because I don't know everything about you, but I always like to bring solutions in my videos to at least be able to help people. Because everyone, you already know what you need to be doing. You just forgot. It's like when you lost your wallet and you can't find it, but when you find it, you're like, oh yeah, I remember I put it there. Well, that's the same with your life purpose, your mission, whatever you want to call it. And don't even look at it like, don't think of it like it's such a big deal. Like, yeah, it's a big deal, like to complete it, but don't, when you look at it like it's something so challenging or so such, like people look at enlightenment, like, oh my goodness, I'm trying to reach enlightenment, I'm trying to awaken. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, there's no such thing really as there's enlightenment is just really you coming into the knowledge of who you are for you to carry out your mission forward or carry out. When I say mission, I'm saying like, because it's everything that has to do with the mind. We're trying to create a situation where we're able to be in harmony and have a peaceful life. You don't want to live in pain. You don't want to live in fear, guilt, anger. You want to live in peace, bliss, happiness. And even in the midst, even if you're going through struggles, you still want to have a sense of calmness. Because even when you're in alignment with stuff, you're still going to go through problems, but those are good problems. Those problems you understand. It's like your car breaking down and you having $15,000 to repair the $500 expense. It's a problem, but you're equipped. When you're in alignment with self, any problem you have, you're equipped. So you have that inner like anchor that's rooting you down, and you have that sense of you knowing what's going on. So you're equipped. It's not a problem. Yeah, you got to take 500 out of your, but you still got a bunch of money. At least you have money to prepare. Versus if you're not in alignment, that's just like having your car break down and you have $0 and the expense is like 800 and you have no one to borrow money from. It's like you're fucked. Now you can still get out of that problem, but it's so much harder. That's exactly what it is. It's all about just developing a mind. Like even when Third View said spirit is breath. Spirit isn't breath. Well, I shout out to Third View, but like I see where he's coming from, because there's a lot of bullshit on the internet that says that stuff. That says not even just that, but everything is really just the mind, and what are you doing with the mind? Are you using the mind to create a heaven or hell for yourself? And when I say that, I'm saying like, does your life, are you in alignment, and do you feel good waking up in the morning, or you feel like hell and you feel like shit and you're depressed and you're always struggling? We're trying to create a mind we're using our mind to create situations that is in peace and bliss and chill, and we don't have issues. And even when we do have issues, like I said, we're equipped to deal with those. That's what we use in the mind to create. That's it. Everything else, people are just trying to lie and make money from it, and like try to make some, like, they're trying to religify spirituality. It's all bullshit. Don't get lost in that shit. Don't get lost. He's like, I'm interested in collab. For sure, we can collaborate whenever you want to do it. Let me drop my email. This is my email. We should collaborate one day. Just let me know how you want to do it. You can probably just come on the live, or that's my email if anybody wants to email me. And my nose be itching and shit. But that's my email. If anybody wants to email me. Yeah, that's my. Yeah, I heard you. Yeah, don't you do like some type of like breathing work or breath work or something? I don't know. I don't know if it was you. Somebody told me you do like breath work, because I remember on one of my live streams, I think you mentioned you do breath work or something. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, so you know about breath work. The breath work, it really helps you. It helps calm the mind and everything. And it like, I'm really more into yoga. I do the breath work still, but yoga is what really got me to, and maybe go make a certain amount of breakthroughs. It's yoga, because, and I don't want to say it was. The way I will put it is, I was already that person. Like, imagine you have a water hose and the water hose has a rock on it and it can't, no water can go through it. When you remove the rock, do you say the reason the water is able to flow is the rock being removed, or was the water always able to flow and the rock was just impeding it? That's how it is. It wasn't that yoga helped me, but it wasn't the reason. I always was who I am naturally. It just, the blockage in my neck was restricting the energy, and yoga removed the energy to allow me to be what I was already am. Not that yoga is some, this is why you'll see some people do yoga. Oh, yoga didn't help me. Or I don't preach anything that it helps everyone. Anything that I talk about on this channel, I don't say it's gonna help everyone. I don't think it is. That's naive, and that's very foolish and childish of me to believe whatever I'm doing is gonna help everyone. Like, you have breatharians saying everybody needs to be breatharian, or we could solve the world by people being breatharian. That's just ridiculous. Like, there's no way in hell, like, everyone, that's crazy to think the whole world's supposed to be breatharian. Like, even when I used to say, oh, people aren't supposed to eat, and no, what people like that who say that are getting twisted, and what I got twisted and when I said people aren't supposed to eat is, no, I'm not supposed to eat. People who say that, no, they're not supposed to eat based upon their situation. But for me to say human beings aren't meant to eat, that's crazy. That makes no sense. Not everyone's meant to be breatharian. Not everyone's meant to do everything that I'm saying. But at the same time, I'm only speaking to people I resonate to. I'm not teaching people who I can't resonate to. And if I do teach you something, it should be just the basic fundamentals, like just using your mind to fucking do what you got to do. Like, I can't, like, I'm not gonna sit there and tell everyone, like, because I don't know what you need to be doing. Everyone needs to do what they got to do. Yeah, but the yoga, that shit really helps, because it helped me overcome a lot of breakthroughs. Like, I had a lot of issues with, like, depression, massive headaches. I had stuttering issues. Just so many problems. I had to literally think and run down what issues I had. Cause I remember back in 2017. It's funny how 2016, when I started doing yoga, or I started going to the chiropractor, which is it's more of a it's doing the same thing yoga's doing. It's aligning the spine, but it's doing it more in a different way. So I started going to the chiropractor in 2016. That was the year 9. 2017 was year 1. So from 2017 to 2026, that's a whole 7-year cycle. Wait, no, that's a 9-year cycle, and we're gonna be ending this cycle this year. So from 2017 till now, this is the last year, 9-year. 2026 is gonna be a whole new year, and it's funny how, like, compared to 2016 was, I was depressed. I was drinking like fucking 211s, like 3-4 211s a day, and I was still in alcohol. I was drinking like crazy, and that's when I started going to the chiropractor. I remember after my first chiropractor visit in 2016, I got me a beer. I got me a beer and I got drunk, and I used to drink all the fucking time. Fast forward now, it's like, I'm a whole, so I could see how, like, that 9-year cycle, it kind of like ended. And not to say there's certain shit I could have been better. I'm sure everyone can say there's things that could have been better, but certain things I can see I'm completing. So next year is going to be a whole new year. It's going to be a whole new frequency vibe. That's why I say don't get attached to anything physical in this world that isn't important and have anything to do with something. If it is physical, let it be something having to do with yourself. Because a lot of things you think is important isn't going to be important no more. It's like you think that you need all this. You need a whole bunch of X, Y, and Z just for 3 years to go by, and you can't even use X, Y, and Z. It's like you're stressing about getting a PlayStation controller for your PS2, but then you realize you don't even like PlayStation no more. So you have a controller, but what's the point of using it? It's because you're stressing about something that you don't even give a fuck about no more. You ended up getting another console and it doesn't fit. So
That's the same concept. Don't be stressing and worrying about things that in the next 2 years, like, cause you see how we're in a shift right now, how everything isn't the same as 2 years. It's gonna be even deeper in the next 2 years. So, and even once Saturn gets into Taurus, like that's when it's gonna be a wrap. Because when Saturn gets into Taurus, nigga, if you don't got your inner world right, you're really gonna be stressing over the material. You really gonna be having to focus on money and stability, and you gonna be the type of nigga who be collecting shit, and those food preppers stocking up on food. A lot of that shit might come back when Saturn gets into Taurus. Not because it needs to come back, but people don't have their inner world, so they're in fear, and then they're so predicated on shit. That's why I say get your inner world right. This whole Saturn and Aries is supposed to be you being the leader of your own shit. You worrying about yourself. This is why it may seem like you feel isolated or you don't feel like talking to nobody. It's just that Saturn and Aries energy. Saturn and Aries really don't like to fuck with people, nigga. Like Saturn doesn't even like to be in Aries, and it's the opposite of where it likes to be in is Libra. Libra is communication and relationships, which is back in 2010, 2011, 12. Compare the energy in 2011, 12 compared to now. 2010, 11, 12, things were more calmer. Things seem in life seemed more normal compared to now. Because Saturn is how you see reality. So when Saturn was in Libra, which was 2010 to 2012, just remember that time compared to now. Things seem more different now. It feels like the reality is falling apart, even though it's not. It feels like everybody just like against each other. There's a lot of, because Aries also rules war. It's Mars, so it's war, it's violence, arguments. So this is why a lot of people, like, you go out, motherfucker. I can even feel like the energy is very, motherfuckers always want to argue, because I have a moon in fucking Aries, so I hella feel this shit. I feel it a lot, where it's like I feel like I can easily get into an argument with people if I'm not careful. I've been feeling that energy a lot lately, especially as we get into Saturn and Aries. I can feel that, and like I can easily get in that. And if you're not careful, you can get into an argument with people. You're not gonna get along with people. You're not gonna feel like dealing with motherfuckers. You're gonna feel like everyone's an idiot because Saturn is in one of the reasons, because Saturn is in Aries. It's not for you to fight people. It's for you to. It's a sign for you to make meaningful connections. Because a positive is you can actually develop. You can get to know yourself on a better level where you can attract better situations, and you guys are, and people you deal with are actually doing shit. It's not just on some bullshit where that's why most people aren't really fucking with most people. It's because this Martian energy with Saturn is making people like kind of like not give a fuck. Like it's people are more argumentative. You don't want to be around motherfuckers. You just feel like being alone more. That's that Saturn Aries vibe energy. And like, I'm not saying it's not a bad thing or a good thing. It just, you got to utilize it. Like, look at it as a way, like, to get to know yourself. You got to handle your own shit right now. That's really what it's telling you. Don't worry about nobody. Worry about yourself right now. Because eventually Saturn and Aries is going to leave. Once Saturn gets out of Aries and we get into Taurus, it's going to be like, what did you do for yourself? And if you didn't do for yourself, then that's when you're going to start feeling like the world is crumbling, because you're going to feel like, oh, I don't have no type of stability. You're gonna be the nigga tripping over, because like a lot of, like, even when Saturn gets into Taurus and shit, don't be surprised. You're used to eating Frosted Flakes and shit. You go to the store, you won't probably even be able to see a lot of these GMO foods. They're gonna be gone because Taurus rules food. It rules resources and shit. So a lot of food might even not even be on the shelf anymore and shit. Or a lot of food is gonna be extremely expensive. Rent is gonna probably be hella high, or it's going to be a lot of bullshit they're going to be doing. This is if people don't wake up. It doesn't have to be like this, but if people don't wake up and if the world keeps going, then once that energy comes in, Saturn and Taurus, they're going to start seeing a lot of that shit play out. So a lot of people might have issues with stability, a lot of homelessness, a lot of shit with money and shit. Like even not even just poor people, but rich people, like people who are making millions of dollars a year. Like, let's just say somebody has $15 million. Once that Saturn and Aries, that Saturn and Taurus comes up, they may not even be able to make money no more. So they're gonna have to take their 15 million in their bank account and squander and live off that. Like even rich people, they're gonna be having to, like, probably everyone's gonna be going through some type of shit.
because Saturn Taurus energy. If you're not happy within, Saturn and Taurus will whip your ass because you're gonna be so worried about material, worrying about even if you don't need it, or let me just get some more extra shit just in case I do need. You're gonna be really if you're not. And besides, to get your shit secured inwardly now. That's what Saturn and Taurus is. Get to know yourself, Aries self. Get to know yourself inwardly now. So when it leaves Aries in 2028, you're not stressing over the material. Because when Saturn gets into Taurus, that's when niggas gonna be stressing over the material. All this shit about you it's gonna force you to be like, if you're not done the work, you're gonna be forced to be stressing about material, where your next money gonna come or your next meal and all this shit. And that's what I'm saying. And shit, by that time, if they don't do nothing, those tariffs and inflation, that's just gonna probably be like, if they don't do something about it. Because right now, tariff and inflation, all of that's a scam. The government is stealing people's money, and they're calling it inflation and tariffs. And since the people don't know nothing about it, they're just gonna do it more and more. Okay, this fucking dog, dude. Yes, this fucking dog. My sister dropped the dog off. I swear I hate this damn dog. Remember the dog that was barking last time, and I had to like, oh man. But whatever, guys. He said, I heard you speak on this before. Yeah, I think something is. I'm not ready yet, but we'll be some good looks, bro. Just ignore that shit in the background. Fucking swear. Take seriously, but don't take personal. Yeah, take life seriously, but don't take it personal. I wouldn't even say like to be honest, I wouldn't even say don't take it seriously or like take it seriously, but sometimes you got to take things personal, like at the same time. But when you take something personal, make everything you do constructive. If you take something personal, like if somebody stole some money from you, or they did something that is against you, take that personal, but use that as a way to not allow that mistake to be made again. So it's not about you never want to be absolute when it comes to anything and all these quotes and sayings. You just want to, this is why you got to use the mind, use your discretion. Like you'll have people in the brain, people say, oh, it's not, the more you know, the more you don't know. So like, that doesn't make sense. So it's cool to be a fucking idiot. No, if I know something, I know something. I have more knowledge than I did before, and I do know. So I'm not gonna say the more I know, the more I don't know. And who the fuck said I have to know everything? So you gotta use this is why I say use your mind. Don't listen to these quotes. You have all these Buddhist quotes and all these dumbasses. They talk about all this shit. Like say, oh, the Buddhist monk, and like even the whole Buddhist shit. Like a lot of these people in the breatharian community, nigga, they're all into this Buddhist monk and all this shit. And like I don't agree because a lot of those people they're very lost. A lot of people who are into like the whole breatharian pranic movement, these people are like they're just searching for some type of bliss and peace, and they're very lost people. A lot of, well, I don't really blame them because a lot of them come from damaged backgrounds and they're just trying to do right and they're trying to escape their pain. But once you get lost in it, like that's when it's a thing. Like yeah, but I think I'm gonna end this live stream, guys. I'm gonna be back a little later. I'll probably be back tomorrow. It's 2 hours in already, so I don't want to keep beating this dead horse. But I'm out, guys. Peace.